Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Fibre Friends podcast. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool.
Hi, and I'm Cheryl from My Needle Crafts.
So, welcome. I hope everybody's got some knitting and get comfy because we're going to sit and chat about knitting for a bit. How's
Yes,
your
we
week
are.
been?
My week's been really good. I feel very accomplished.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
had oh shoot, I had one big project. Oh no, I see it. I was gonna, like, where did I leave it? Okay, so tell us what was your big accomplishment?
So I have a couple finishes.
Okay, you got to show in the bag. I like that. I love those frogs.
I know they're so cute.
They make me smile. I'm trying to pick up a yarn over as we're chatting. Oh, oh, yay!
I finished my hat. So I
Oh,
haven't blocked it. I'm not sure if I even will, but
I like it. Okay, so give us the whole scoop. So last week you pulled it all out.
I had pulled it all out and restarted it. So yeah, I love the little pattern.
Oh, so you got matching set.
So now they match.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't want to put it on. It's going to wreck my hair.
okay, you don't have to. So how much
It
of that
fits
yarn?
really, really well.
I love it.
So I did 126 stitches on, oh crap, three and a quarter, I think, millimeter needles.
So you took off around 30 stitches from what your first go was?
Yeah, 30 stitches.
Oops. Oh well. Now you that
It worked out. It fits nicely. It's not super snug, but it's tight enough to.
well, that's exactly what that's why you put on extra stitches to start with, because you said you don't like them snug. You wanted it to be a little loose, right?
Okay, I'll do it.
You can't do it. Okay. Oh, that looks so good.
So it's just got some nice.
Oh, I love it. It looks perfect. I like the amount of ribbing, because you said on this go you did a little less, right?
I did 1.5 inches instead of 2.
Okay, I like it. And then the lace panel that was on your fingerless gloves, you just added that in. And how tall did you make it?
I did, I think I did, well.
Yeah, so you kind of did a hand's worth and.
A hand worth, and then I finished, up to, like, I wanted to get all the repeats, like, of a pattern. I know it's blowing out.
Okay.
So I think I finished up to the end of that lace repeat, and then I did one round of stockinette, and then I did knit 2 together around and knit around. I think I did that 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I just cinched it up and
closed.
Yeah.
I love it. Very well done.
Yes, so I'm very pleased. And I made a trip yesterday to see dear Debbie from the Loving Path, and I asked her about this colorway because I've had this fair for like a really long time. And I said, do you know what this is?
Because we've been talking about it for weeks and weeks and weeks because we keep showing it.
And I did remember her telling me when I got it from her that it was like an original colorway that she had did and then changed it a little bit. And I thought it was the Nutkin, but it wasn't. It was her signature, the Loving Path colorway. And she's changed it. So now it's not this taupey brown background. It's kind of a more grayer background, but with the same flecks. So now we know what it was.
Okay. Now I'm going to have to go look on her site and see what the gray, what her actual version now looks like. I don't remember that one off the top of my head.
It looks kind of like this.
Kind of like that. Pretty close, eh?
Yeah, so got that all done. They match my coat. They look great. So they'll be nice to wear when it's not super, super cold.
Yeah.
But when you just need a little something.
So did you take those and show her what you had made?
Yes, I did. Took it with me.
Which leads to the next question. What did you come home with?
You want to see it already? Oh, I got to reach. Hold on. I may have a little bag.
Ooh, that's a big bag.
So I ordered from her. Sorry about all the crinkly crunching noise. I ordered another skein of Nutkin. Do you want me to take it out of the bag? I hope this isn't too noisy.
The crinkle is worth it.
Crinkles are a good thing.
They are. They are a good sign. Pretty. Oh, look at those speckles.
So this is her Nutkin colorway, and this is a worsted superwash. Because 2 years ago, we went to her open house at in the winter. And I bought a skein of this and a pom-pom, and I made myself a hat. Did I show? I think I showed it 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I think so.
Yeah. So I need something to wear in my coat.
Yep.
So
Cowl.
Gonna do a little one skein, maybe a cowl or a short little, shawlette scarf thingy, something.
Yeah. Something to be determined.
Yeah. This is my favorite colorway.
It is gorgeous. It looks like little specks of toffee.
Yes. And then every once in a while, there's a little blip of blue.
That's pretty. Nutkin.
Yeah, I love it.
It's gorgeous.
So I got that, and
it also reminds me of like pralines and cream ice cream.
Oh. Then there was something else I got too.
Ooh.
The winding doesn't look very good because I had pulled it out and then I put it back together again.
That's her Be a Freak.
So this is the Be a Freakin' Unicorn sock set that she did for the fundraiser, which is still available in her shop. She's doing pre-orders right now. So it's got a mini in the purple. It's kind of showing a little bit blue on the screen, but
it is gorgeous. But it's got some pink, it's got green.
Pink and purple and green. And then natural. Look at this light stuff here.
That's gorgeous. Yeah, like a minty green.
Yeah. Yes, it's just beautiful. I love it. And it's going to make some great socks.
It's going to make pretty socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she sold out of that, right? Didn't I see an Instagram post where she said she sold out of that yarn within the first 15 minutes of it going live?
Yeah, the first batch that she made, she sold out in 15 minutes. So now she's doing more. More.
It is still on my list to get, because I like those nice bright colors.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. So
I don't have any fun socks like this, so.
Oh, well, now you will.
Yepper.
That's good.
They'll be soon, but I do have my next pair already picked out. So
Oh, so they'll be, you're not going to bump those to the front of the list?
no, not yet. So next I want to knit a pair of socks I bought at last time we went, I think up to Fenelon Falls. What show is that?
Kawartha.
Kawartha, thank you. I bought a skein of blue-footed booby from Vicky at Songbird Fibers. And she had posted on Instagram some new sock blockers that had birds on them. And on the same post was this beautiful pair of socks knit in that colorway. And I was like, oh my goodness, is that what it's going to look like knit up? So now I got to find out what the pattern was that that those were knit, because it's a little like crisscross pattern all over it. So looks like lattice.
It does, yeah. Because I remember seeing that post too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was oohing and eyeing over the stitch pattern.
Yeah.
And yeah, the yarn was pretty too. I didn't pay as close attention as the yarn as I did the stitch pattern. But
yeah, it's like
it was gorgeous.
Beautiful brown with these turquoise bits, and oh yeah, it's beautiful. So it's next.
So many pretty sock yarn, and I know, just well, that's good. So perfect. Oh, I can't wait to see those started. They're pretty.
So do you have any finishes this week, Louise?
I do, yes, one, I think, just one. And it's not, well, this is like the finish. You guys, I think we saw them almost pretty much finished. But
oh, good. Oh, nice.
My little shorty 70 socks, Patons Croy.
Woohoo.
Is totally,
sorry.
Yeah, they're totally done. And I did 2 different cast offs. That was my experiment with this. So this one was the Russian cast off, which I really liked doing. I liked the look of it. And this was Jenny's surprisingly stretchy cast off.
It looks good. It's not all fluffy and wrinkly.
Yeah, it's not as frilly looking as the Russian cast off, for sure. This one was easier to do, like you didn't have to think about your yarn over, right, going which way or which way. But yeah, this one, I think I would do this one again.
I like how it looks with the white around the top edge.
I know, that was just a happy
just the way it happened.
Coincidence, but it's pretty. Yeah, that one and
awesome.
Where's this?
Now you can wear them with your Birkenstocks.
I know, perfect timing, right? I know.
I
had them on last night, and yeah, I'll be all set to go out.
Yay!
I like them. I like the stripes.
I know, every time I open my drawer, I want to pick those. My favorite. They're my favorite right now.
I know. I really like them too. I can't wait to wear them. Probably this weekend. I will put them on and wear them. So yay. Now I still have
almost a full ball.
I know, yeah. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe I should go buy another ball and do a fuller pair of socks, but just a shorter leg, so I can get another pair out of this. But this yarn's hard to find. I know a couple people have said in the comments that they can't find it at their local shops, like wherever Lens Mills or Michael's or wherever they have that sells Croy. And I think it sells quick, because a couple times we've gone to our local Lens Mills and they haven't had it.
They didn't have it when I was there the one time.
So, but hopefully, it seems like they keep it well stocked, so they must sell off the shelves and then they stock up again, which is
and it doesn't hurt to ask.
I know, because I'm thinking that that they probably sell it off the shelf and then they've got more in the back, maybe. But
maybe.
So I've got my socks and I'm excited. So that, I think, is really my only finished. I've got lots of things I'm working on though. What are
Oh,
you
well,
working?
I'm still working on my socks.
Well, they must be getting big.
They are. I got into the second,
Oh, your second stripe instead of, oh, I like those. Oh, what do you have for a stitch marker? You got a sheep?
oh, I got a little black sheep. If I can get it to turn over. Little
Oh,
ram
little ram.
and a little cuppa.
Your cup of tea.
Yep. Those are to mark where I put my heel.
Perfect.
So I'm got this much to go down to here. So another,
Not too far.
no, another,
You're getting-
yeah, only about an inch and a half. So I'm this far in the pattern of color.
Mhm.
So I'll probably finish up to the top of this
Okay.
color in here, and then I'll just do ribbing.
Okay. And then what are you doing for heels?
Probably just my usual cut in
Get in.
afterthought. Yeah.
And then what color? Are you just going to keep going on the ball, or are you going to,
Yeah, I think I'll just, well, because at that point,
well, yeah, I guess you
I
won't have
should
too
be
much.
partway through this section of gray.
Yeah,
So my heel will just be with this part.
keep going. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
because you're
will
not
fit
going to have,
right into the gray.
good.
It works.
Yes. Do you
And
ever
then
switch
those will be
out?
done.
Would you ever put like a different mini with it? Or because it's
So-
croy and it's a little heavier, would you mix stuff or just leave it?
Well, I have all kinds of other croy, and I do have some solid cream croy, which I put in some of my, I think on my 70s stripe socks, I put in just the solid cream of the croy. So
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, I did.
which I could, but I'm gonna use up the ball, and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So that's all I have that I'm knitting on right currently at the moment.
Okay.
I keep looking at my sweater sitting over on the back of the sofa, but
You should pull that out.
I should, because I could probably knit a sleeve in an evening or something.
And then you could have it to wear.
Yeah.
And plus, I'd really like to see it again. So, okay, I'm not sure what I've just done here. I split a stitch and then I tried to undo it, and I don't know. It's just on my sock toe, so I think I can fiddle it around. I'll have to count my stitches. But this is some birthday yarn, some
Oh,
rainbow. I This is from Amber, our friend Amber. When I went and picked up my Bridgerton yarn, she surprised me with some extra balls of yarn.
nice.
She had this, and I think this was in her stash, and she's like, I will never knit with those colors.
And they're just your jam.
And they're perfect. They're perfect for me. So I got this for my birthday. So Bernat Sox. So I've never knit with this. I'm not even sure if I've ever even bought any of this.
I've looked at it before, but I'm
Mhm.
not a fan of acrylic for socks.
Well, that's why I'm excited to try it. And I know some
Mhm.
people are because they can't wear wool. And
Yep.
which is probably why Amber bought this in the first place, because remember, it's her sister-in-law that can't wear wool. So Amber was really looking for different options for her for socks.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's 60 acrylic and 40% nylon. I was really surprised at how much nylon was in there, but the colorway is rainbow and it's pretty, and it's oranges and yellows and greens.
It is pretty.
It is pretty. So I started it. There was Monday night I was asking whether I should do toe up or cuff down, and the consensus was toe up. So there's my start of my toe. And
Sorry.
that's okay. So I've got, yeah, start of my toe, and I have my little 9.5 asymmetrical circular all here ready to go.
All ready to go.
Yep, once I get my stitches up to my 64, and then I will switch it over. So I'm just,
Looks good.
yeah,
The colors change really fast.
they do, yeah. So it's just going to be really a variegated. Yeah,
It's almost rainbowy.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yep.
And how's it feel to knit with?
It definitely feels different than a wool blend for
Mhm.
sure, but it's very soft. It feels nice. Now the big question is if this yarn is still available. I thought this yarn was still available.
I saw it last time I was at Len's Mill.
Well, that's what I thought too. I thought it was there on the shelf. Somebody looked it up on Ravelry while we were chatting, and they said on Ravelry it said it was discontinued. So I don't know if
Maybe it's just certain colors.
maybe, yeah, it could have been certain colors, or yeah, I thought it was still available. And yeah, I did a quick search. I think I looked, oh, Yarn Inspirations, they had it.
Mm.
And there was one colorway that, yeah, I just did a quick look and it came up with one colorway. It was on sale, but then it also said it was out of stock, which was probably because it was on sale, because it was only like $2.50 a ball or something crazy.
Yeah, it's quite inexpensive.
Yes. Yeah, so that was the sale price. So I think it was what, $4.50 for a ball. So yeah, still very, very reasonably priced for sure. But it would be nice. I mean, even if, so I'm curious to see how it will wear without the wool, but it's got a lot of nylon content. So hopefully that makes up, that should make it really durable. But even still, it would be really nice alternative for somebody who can't wear wool for making, a shawl, a hat, or anything. Because it's fingering weight and it is very nice. It's nice and soft if you can't wear wool. So anyways, that is making me happy.
Yes.
Seeing the pretty colors. So there's just a little itty bitty start to my sock.
It's a little bit of joy right on your needles.
It's exactly what it is. Just those colors. I like them. So that's gonna be my bulk of my knitting, because these are officially my May socks. Okay, I need help. Look at this. I all of a sudden had this thought. I get so excited because I did my Turkish cast on, because I love that for toe up socks. So easy, so simple, nothing to remember, just wrap and go. And so I'm going to increase, and then I'm going to put it on my little needle. But then what am I going to do? I guess I get so excited. I start it, and then I get partway through the toe, and then I'm like, oh yeah, then what? Like what I need to do. Okay. Oh, the heel. So we've got a list of heels.
Oh, good. I haven't had a chance to look. I kind of forgot.
I started right here. Let me see. I started making a list, but now I'm not sure where I set the list. So let me take a look. But there were a number of heels that people had left, and there was some that I was going to go look up. So that's my question now. What heel should I put in here? Should I do, maybe I should, maybe, okay, these are going to be full length socks. I'm kind of I'm in a shorty sock mode, but I've got enough yarn. I could do a taller pair. So I think I'll do a
So
taller.
is that 100-gram ball, or do you have two?
There's 3.
Oh,
So
okay.
I will be able to do, this is a 50-gram.
Yeah.
So there again, so I could do, like I always do, get a 7-inch leg to use up all the yarn, but maybe I will just, do it a little shorter. And so I might as well just use up all the yarn. Maybe I will do your trick. Maybe that's what I'll try for this sock. will I do my do the Cheryl method of toe up socks? Can do my toe and then do my foot and then I mean, I'll do an afterthought heel because I haven't done an afterthought heel in quite a while. I'll do that.
Because then you could use something else if you needed to
I
for
could,
the
yeah, I
heel if
could.
you ran out. But so are you gonna do a full length pair of socks and then a pair of shorties as well?
Um, yes. So yeah, so I've got yes. So what am I thinking? Yes, I've got tons. I've got the extra ball. So I could do, oh, I could do matching. Oh my gosh, can I believe I'm going to say this? Fingerless gloves.
You could.
I could. Oh my god.
Definitely would have enough in a 50-gram bowl to make a pair.
Yes.
And they'd be
Yeah,
nice and
so
bright and colorful.
they would be. I know. So I'll have to think about because I think I'm just all about short socks because it's springtime. And I don't know if I want to do a full 7-inch leg. I don't know. I guess I'll see when I get there.
And I could share this pattern with you that I have because it was a freebie.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's right. And it's not available, is it?
No,
That's too bad. Yeah, because
it
it's a really
is.
cute little lace pattern on there.
You could
Okay,
put
well let
any
me get
little lace
I'll work
pattern.
on I'll work on the socks first and then I'll see where I get. But okay, afterthought heel. I will do that. I liked my well, I guess I'll know after this weekend after I wear them. But just trying these on, I liked the short row heel. I did like that. And I like how it fits when I just try them on.
hmm I find the heel's not enough for me. I need a deeper.
Well, yeah, I guess I'll see once I start wearing them.
hmm
What I think. I know I like this. I feel like I'm on a sock journey to find perfect the perfect cast on, the perfect heel, the perfect, you know, everything, right?
hmm
Then I will end up with at the end of the year, I will have Louisa's perfect pair of socks. Just like
Yeah.
put everything together, a little of this, a little of that.
Well, I
And
think when you find, what fits you well, you kind of stick with it, right?
yeah. Well, and that's what I've always done because it's always been the heel flap and gusset is what I've
hmm
liked. But now I don't know. I'm just thinking, I want to. I don't know. Maybe at the end of the year I'll come back to all of it and I'll be like, yeah, heel flap and gusset.
So I have a question about heel flaps.
Yep.
So I think the reason I never really liked that style was because like when you make a heel flap, you're slipping stitches, are you not? And
Hmm.
it makes a denser fabric up
Yeah.
that part of the heel, right?
Yes.
Can you do it without
Sure you can.
making like a thick, squishy pad of, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Well, for sure. You could just do it in stockinette stitch.
You can just knit it.
You could, sure. But the whole idea of slipping the stitches is so you get that extra durability, that extra thickness. So it
Yeah. I
so it wears better.
I just never liked the way it felt in my shoes.
Okay. Well, then for sure you could do, you
I was
know,
just curious.
yeah, yeah, you could. You could make your flap. You could, on the right side, you could knit it. On the wrong side, you could purl it. Oh, I would still slip your first stitch because it makes picking up your stitches a whole lot easier.
Right.
And sure, you could just do a stockinette flap and then turn your heel, pick up your stitches, and carry on. Sure. And then
Mhm.
you can, because the heel flap, the best one of the perks of that is you can make it longer or shorter. So if you've got a really high instep, you can knit your heel flap a little bit longer. Then you pick up more stitches all the way down, which then means you've got more stitches to decrease away. And that gives you more of a gusset there to fit over that
Right.
high instep.
Right.
Whereas you can't get that with like a short row heel. You don't
Right, for
you don't
sure. And
have that
that's why I
heel.
quit doing that one too. Like the reason I do the cut in afterthought is because now the first couple of times I didn't know, so I think I knit the first round and then started right into my decreases, and then I had heard other people talking about, they knit 2 or 3 rounds and then they start into
Yeah,
their decrease, and now that's what I do all the time and it fits really well.
perfect. Yeah. There's some smart people out there that figure out these things,
there
isn't there?
there are
Now, okay, so
like
my other question for you for your sock. So why do you always do a cut in? Why do you not put your like a waist yarn in?
I never have tried that before. I think when I first heard about cut like afterthought heel, I just went right to the cut in.
Yeah,
It just seemed simpler to me, and I don't know.
yeah. So you weren't scared to pick up, like snip that stitch and undo and
No,
pick up live stitches.
no, I wasn't worried about that.
No.
Just got to make sure that you're haven't crossed rows or anything. But to me, it's really easy to see that you're in a straight line.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never
Don't worry about
had bad thoughts about that.
I know it's not. It's something everybody should do it once
Hmm.
because it's not that scary.
Yeah, I couldn't. I I know if I went and checked out some instructions about how to do it with a waste yarn, um, it would be just as easy. But I can't wrap my head around how you knit across with a waste yarn and then still be able to
Oh, and
use
then
your yarn that you left behind at the beginning of the row to keep going.
yeah, you just slip your stitches back on the needle after you've knit. So if I've knit these with my waist yarn, you just slip them back and knit across them again. So you just put them back.
Oh, you just go back over and then
Yep,
knit them again.
you just put them
Oh,
back
I
on your
see.
left hand needle,
Okay.
then you come back to where your working yarn is, and then you knit across them again.
Oh, okay. Well, that totally makes sense. See, I
Yeah,
figured it was something simple. I was just like, what do I do?
yeah, yeah. I know because you think, well, yeah, how could, yeah, but yeah, that's all you do.
My working yarn's at this end and now I'm at that end.
I know, I know, easy. So yeah, for
Totally makes
however
sense.
anybody wants to do it, easy peasy. Oh, I see my toes growing. Does it look
Your
any
toe
bigger?
is growing.
Does it look any?
I see more colors. I see green now.
I know. Isn't that pretty? There was the yarn harlot came to our guild a number of years ago and talked about efficiency in knitting. And the one thing that I can remember the most out of all her talk was she said, like everybody wants to know how you can be efficient. And she talked a lot about how to hold your arms at a 90-degree angle so you don't get strain and wrist strain and
Mhm.
everything. And but the one thing she said is she's like, don't stop and look at your knitting at the end of every round. She and can't we all relate to that? Because I'm terrible for that. I
Say,
get to
ooh, look. Oh, it
I
looks so
know,
nice with that stripe.
I know, I'm like, "Ooh, look how pretty this," and if you would stop oohing and awing over it after, and I'm probably only doing it I get to halfway across my round and I stop and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty." Then you turn it around, you knit again. Oh, if you think about how much time you would save if you stopped doing that, if you just like knit. But I can't stop. I guess it's like stop and smell the roses, right? You might as well stop and admire it.
Well, if you're a process knitter and you just enjoy the whole process of knitting, then stopping and looking is all part of it.
I think so. That's why we do it, right? Is gotta admire as you're going along.
Exactly.
So I'm doing my yarn over increases here. So I have to stop at the second last stitch every time to see if it's a yarn over. And if it's a yarn over, I knit through the back. If it's not a yarn over, then I make one.
Right. I'll have to try that on my next pair because I'm just so used to, doing the usual knit front back that I kind of forgot to try something different.
Well, you should try it and see. And you may just be like, yeah, well, whatever. My knit front and back is fine. But I like this because it just really, I find it just eliminates that having to really look hard at your stitches or keep count or keep track of anything. It's just really easy to know. Yarn over. But yeah, but I definitely with my cast off, I like I will switch out my Russian cast off for Judy's surprisingly stretchy. I do like it better, even though it seemed to take a little longer and was a little fiddly. So I hadn't done that again, and maybe that's why I stopped doing that years and years ago. Because
Yeah,
the Russian is easier and less thinking, right? But anyways,
I've done it so much I don't really think about it anymore. I just kind of do it.
well, I found as I was getting probably the last, I think it probably took me a little over halfway around the sock before I was, then I was, I didn't have to stop and think on the knit stitches how to do my yarn over backwards. You spend all your whole knitting life remembering how to do it correctly. And then to have to wrap it the wrong way, that's like my brain had hard time shifting gears, right? Until I gotten around. So if I keep doing, I'll do it again on this pair, and I'm sure like anything else, yeah, once I've done it a couple of pairs of socks, it'll be a no-brainer. Like doing Kitchener stitch after a while. You just do it.
I have a boo-boo.
Oh no. What happened?
So, when you're not looking at what you're doing and you get to the last stitch and you missed
Oh, yes.
you missed it and it just slipped it instead of actually knitting it. And it's on the back side on my cord. So I'll have to leave a little extra there so I can pick it up.
Pick it up when.
Yeah. On the way back. Oops.
Oops. I know we make a lot of oopses, don't we?
I'll do that one loosely.
Yeah, leave a little extra to pick up.
Silly.
Okay, look,
if I'm not watching what I'm doing, that happens often on the very last stitch. I don't know why it's just that stitch, but
it's not, and I don't think now I've never had that problem. I don't think I've ever had that happen. But now that you've mentioned it,
I'm sure I attempted to knit it and the yarn probably just didn't stay on the end of the needle when I pulled back through and it just slipped it over instead of knitting it. Oh well.
Interesting. Well, do you want to see what I spent the majority of this week working on?
Absolutely.
It is.
I'm guessing what it is.
What are you guessing? What do you think?
It's something that's like a yellowy orange color.
Yes. My summer top that I cast on probably around a year ago, last spring. No, probably towards the end of the summer, I'm guessing, because I did my green summer one that I don't like, and I'm not going to probably wear this year. But that's okay. I knit it. I wore it a couple times last year. Now I'm moving
Is that
on.
the one that had a little lace panel down the center?
Yep. And
I remember.
And I followed the pattern because I thought, okay, I want to follow the pattern, and I should have listened to my gut instinct because I had lots of yarn left, but I followed the pattern. I did it the length that it said, and I thought, okay, it's supposed to be kind of a short, and I thought, okay, I'll do that. But I just think I just don't like that style on me. I think it just bugged me that it was short, and every time I would wear it, I like always wanted to like pull it down, and just I didn't feel comfortable wearing it. So I thought, okay, there again, I knew better, and I should have modified the pattern. But I guess it was more. I thought, oh well, I'll try this style.
Maybe you should gift it.
I could, yeah, I could give it somebody that would like it and wear it because it is cute. But this is
Mhm.
another one, and I made this one is not short. So here it is. So it's all this eyelet lace.
Oh, that is so nice.
I love it. It's a 4-row repeat, and it is just a rectangle. This is the back.
It's definitely long.
I know, doesn't it? It seems like a blanket. This could be
That
a
is so pretty
so in the front, isn't it exactly the same, except obviously you do a little,
with some neck shaping.
yeah, but there's no arm shaping. It is just straight up the side, and then you just seam it and leave
Nice.
however depth you want for your armhole. I think it'll be cute with just like a
Nice little white tank top under it or something.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
it's nice. And it's knit out of Patons Grace, so it's 100% cotton.
Oh, yes. I love Grace.
Yeah, I do too. This has been in my stash a long, like 10 years probably.
Oh,
Yep, probably. Admiring
yeah.
its beauty. So
That'll be
then
nice and cool in the summer.
I know I can't wait to wear it. I spent the last 2 weekends because this was my April whip project. Joc
Oh, okay.
that Jocelyn and I did. Jocelyn and I podcasted last night, and we showed our our April projects and how far, because I had said I was going to finish this sweater, and she was going to finish one of her sweaters too. So we showed our progress on it last night, and I had high hopes. I think every time we podcast, like now, we're not going to get together until June 3rd. So I kind of have this like, oh, I have a whole month. Why start on my project? I've got time. I'll work on some other things. So then a couple of weeks, like 2 weekends before we're going to podcast, it's like, holy crap, I need to fill this out. And I only had maybe 3 or 4 inches knit on it. That was all I had. And
Wow.
it's
So you've done a lot.
I did a lot, and because I thought I can do it. It has no sleeves. I can get it knit. Well, no. So the first weekend I worked, so like 2 weekends ago, I worked on it. And I worked a little bit, and still thinking, oh, whatever. I've got lots of time. This past weekend, I worked on it like night and day. And I was still at first hopeful that I could get this done and get the front started, but no. I ended up on Sunday. I think I just spent too much time working on it and repeating those 4 rows over and over and over. And I was starting to like get cross-eyed, literally, right? I and I messed it up. On Sunday, I spent the whole day working on, I had done a little bit, and then I looked at it, and one of my little, kind of one of these like little solid sections in here between the yarn overs, it didn't look right. I had too many solid rows in there, and I'm like, oh, what did I do? So I tinked it back stitch by stitch, multiple rows, and I thought I had got to the problem where I fixed it. So then I picked them all up again, and I did another 4-row repeat, and I looked, and it was still all mucked up. So I don't know how many times I pulled out those rows. I don't know what I was doing in that spot. And then I was so annoyed with it because it was taking up hours of the day. And I was getting nowhere. So I set it down. I went for a big long walk and came back and thought, okay, this lace pattern is not going to beat me. I can fix this. I can do it. But I was annoyed, and I just yanked my needle out, and I just ripped all these rows out. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure this is where the mistake is. I'm like, I don't care. Pulling out another full 4-row repeat because I thought I have to get back past this mistake. And then as I was picking up my stitches, I was like, "Oh, why did I do that?" Trying to pick up yarn overs, but I was just it was just
Yeah.
like I had to get my frustration out, and so I just yanked the needle, and I'm like, "I don't care." And because I was on the verge of like tossing it back in the corner and just saying, "Forget it," right? But anyways, after my walk and after I got all the stitches back on my needle and carried on, and then and it was fine. So I don't know what I was doing in that one spot. I don't know.
Well, I'm
But
glad you got past it.
oh, well, I know, and now I feel like I'm like so glad that I stuck with it and didn't just say to heck with you. I'm so annoyed. I'm going to put you in the closet. I'm glad I stuck with it because now I'm back on track. So I managed, instead of getting the whole sweater done for Thursday night, I got the back done, and I do have okay, where is that? I do have the front started. I've got my garter stitch, and that is really, where is, oh, here it is. I've worked out a plan. Hold on, let me grab this. There. So our friend Sandy, she was because neither Jocelyn nor I got our projects done for this month. We both
Oh,
we so Sandy's typing in the comments. She's like, okay, girls. She's like, this is what you need to do. You need to work on it 30 minutes every day. And so you work, and because what both Jocelyn and I were doing was leaving it till the last couple of weeks or the last week, and then trying to madly knit hours and hours and hours on it a day to get caught up. And Sandy's like, no, 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 half an hour a day.
a little
So
bit at a time.
yeah. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do that this time because I don't, but to that, I always do that. I always leave everything to the end. And then I need the pressure of the deadline to get me going. But I'm not going to do that this month. So I figured out, I took a couple minutes, I counted my eyelets here so I know how many repeats I had done. I did 42 repeats of 4 rows. That's so I know, and then I counted how many days there is until June 3rd. And I took off a couple of, so, and then I thought, okay, I need to leave a couple of days, well, I maybe want to block it. That's debatable, but technically I should wash it and block it, and I need to seam it. So
Yes.
anyways, I decided that I'm going to do 8 rows a day, 2
There
weeks.
you go.
So this is what I did last night. This is my 2 repeats, and I've got my
Nice.
look started.
So pretty.
I like it. I can't wait to wear it.
So is this going to come like way down past your bum? It looks really long.
I know. Well, it's not supposed to. I kept measuring and measuring, and I actually made it shorter than what the pattern said.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the pattern said to do it 27 inches.
But it's cotton, so of course it stretches down, and when you're wearing it, it's pulled sideways, it will come
Yeah.
up, right?
And so, well, and that's why I thought I didn't want it the length in the pattern, because in the pattern it comes to, like, the 27 inches will come down past my hip, and I didn't want it that long. And I know
Yeah.
it will stretch a little bit anyways. But then I thought, okay, I don't want to do this and make it too short and have it too short again either. So I kept knitting the last few days, like probably 3 days that I was knitting on it. I would think I'd measure, and I'd be like, oh, okay. Cause every 4 rows was half an inch. I'd measure and be like, okay, I'll do another half inch. Then I would measure and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll do another half inch. So I just kept adding a little bit, but partway through I got into that black hole in knitting where I swear I did my 4 rows, my half inch, and another half inch and another half inch, and I would measure and it did not change. I swear that is a real thing. And can I find a tape measure? And I'll measure again. But I think I'm at 24 inches. Ugh,
Lay it out on the bed.
yeah, I was. So there again, I would knit, and then I would stop and I would lay it out and measure, and then I would knit again. And and why I did not, I like should be so thankful, because look at how, I mean, this is 44, 44 inches wide. Like, look, it's quite, it's wide. And when I cast this on, the only needle I could find in the size that I wanted is a little 16-inch needle. So I have all my stitches
Oh,
crammed on here. Oh, I guess maybe it's not. Yeah, well, it's short anyways.
so is
Yeah.
it 44 around or
Oh, yes, 22. Sorry.
so
22.
22
It's
inches
going to be
each
44.
panel?
So it's 22. Yep,
Yeah.
22. And so yeah, so I have all these. Doesn't look too bad now, but once it gets big, like more bigger down, I don't know. It just, there's a lot of stitches on here.
So is this your pattern, or is this
No, this
a
is,
pattern you found?
it is out of that same magazine that I knit, the one that I'm not going to wear anymore.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
Yeah, it was a magazine from last spring and summer. Do I have it here? This one. So if anybody has it in their,
Oh, Knit Simple.
yeah, if they bought it last year. So that's the one that I knit.
On the front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I ended up. Yeah, and I mean, and I've got extra yarn, so I could always take off the ribbing, and I could make it long. I could, but who wants to do
It's
that?
very pretty.
Yeah, it is nice, and it's, yeah. So this
You did it in a nice soft green, right?
I did. So that's the one I'm making right now.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. Just kind of loose, like, I know.
And
Because
does that pattern call for cotton?
it does, it actually calls for Grace.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
actually
Okay.
doing it exactly to what
And how many balls does it call for?
I don't
I
know.
guess it depends on what size you're knitting, right?
I want to do that one too.
Oh, that's nice. I
I have,
like that because it's a little bit different at the yoke
yeah,
pattern than the rest.
I have hundreds of knitting magazines, and I think I have maybe only actually knit something out of them 5 times, maybe once or twice. I just buy them, I look at them and do nothing with them.
That's like my cross stitch magazines that I get every couple of months, and I look through them and I love them and look at that, it's so pretty and I should stitch it, and I never do.
And you never do. I know. And I thought all these, and magazines are expensive. I think,
Mhm.
man, it should actually, but this one, if I knit that next top out of here, I'll knit 3 things out of one magazine, which has never happened before. Okay, so this top that I'm making here, it says, okay, so if you're teeny tiny, it takes so a 38-inch bust is 6 balls, and it goes up to a 60-inch bust, which is 10
Oh,
50-gram balls.
so it's a nice range in size.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it says I should take 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 balls, and that's, I think, yeah, I think I used 4. Yeah, I think that is actually right on.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah, and I have lots of this, so I don't have to worry about running out. Anyways, yeah, that is that. So hopefully, well, yeah, not next week. You're not gonna see this finished next week, but it's gonna grow because I'm gonna really try to do, I don't know. I say I'm gonna do 8 rows on it every night, but during the week after work, that may not happen. I may have to catch up on the
Mhm.
weekend, but that's okay. But Sandy, if you are watching this, I am taking your advice and I am using it. I'm gonna do some every day, so I will have this
Yeah.
done.
Even if you just do one repeat.
Yeah.
you
And
know, in a night that you're tired, just want to do something else.
yeah. And if I do, and on the weekends, if I do 2 or 3, I mean, there's no reason why I couldn't do that. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just gonna work away a little bit at a time. So there's no rushing. It's a new concept for me. So we'll see. But yeah, then I'll have a new top to wear out of my stash, which is, you know, even extra exciting. So
Um,
yes.
I think I want to knit a summer top too.
Do you?
So a couple years ago, when Suzanne at Knit Stitch was closing in London and going to Stratford, she had a bunch of stock that I'm guessing she'd had for a little while. So she was taking donations. Maybe it was for the food bank, I think.
I think so.
She had put together some bundles, and anybody who wanted it for a donation to the food bank could have it. So I had gotten from her this Euroflax.
Ooh,
Sorry, it's so this is linen,
yes.
100% wet spun linen, machine washable and dryable. So I have 200-gram skeins
Mm.
in this really pretty blue. I've never knit with linen before, so I've heard it can be kind of
I, I have,
hard on your hands.
well,
It can't be any worse than, knitting or crocheting with number 10 weight crochet cotton.
I have no problem with it. I've knit, where are my skeins? Where are my skeins? I have a whole bunch of 100% hemp. And
Oh, okay.
I have no problem with it. But our friend Dora Lynn, she gave a bunch of it back to me. I gave some to her to do a project, and she's like, "Yeah, no, I can't." It was bother. She found it rough on her, just like her finger where the yarn you hold
Mhm.
is sliding over. She said that just yeah, she couldn't do it,
Hmm.
which I thought. And so I have heard of some people say that, but I I don't
Well,
know.
I'm going to give it a go. So this has 270 yards. It's a sport weight. And Suzanne had put a pattern in with this.
Oh, cute. Oh, I like that.
So it's the same sort of idea, I think. It looks like
Yeah,
she's
very.
wearing it over a tank top. I don't
Yeah.
know if I like how full it looks, but my body is not that skinny inside either. So
I like it though. It'll be just so it looks like very much the same style as this, like just a rectangle
yeah,
and
it is
like a
actually because
little, yeah.
um this one says that the finished size, I must be just a one size. It's about 50 inches in circumference.
Oh, so that's even bigger than mine.
That's quite big,
Oh,
and
you don't
17 inches long from shoulder to hem.
17. 17.
That, yeah, that's
That's
not very long.
no, that's not very long. That's short. I would okay, see,
So
I never
17
measured.
inches,
That's
my
yeah,
waist, that's my natural waistline. Like it wouldn't even come to my pants.
no. So that's gonna be a little crop, which would be okay if you've got like your tank is longer. See, I
I don't
know.
know. I don't want the rolls hanging out the bottom.
Well, maybe you could narrow it in because 50 inches is bigger than I am. Like you don't need that width.
Like I usually knit a large of most things. Like I have like a 42-inch bust, I think.
Yeah, so you could get away with making it narrower. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to measure this and see. what mine ended up being. Yeah, I'm at, 23.5 inches.
So maybe I'll have to go on Ravelry and see if
So who else has knit that top?
I think this is knit sideways.
Oh,
It says easily made longer by casting on additional stitches.
okay.
So
Well, you could, just kind of play with that. And you've got 2 skeins of it. So that's easy
yeah,
enough. You got one for the front, one for the back.
yeah.
If you just got rid of the pattern altogether and just knit it normal, cast on, do your gauge and figure out how many stitches you're going to cast on. Add an extra if you're going to seam it. If you're going to do a front panel and a back panel, add an extra stitch on either end for seaming. And then you can just knit it the whole length. And then that way you'll get the full, use all your yarn and get it as long as you can.
Mhm.
And you could do lace to make it stretch.
Yeah,
Like
it's knit.
not-
So you do the front and the back and it's knit side to side. And
Yeah.
then you seam here, here, and at the shoulders like that.
Okay.
So it just has a straight,
Just
like boat neck at the top,
Yeah.
which I don't really love. I kind of want a more, because it would just feel like that on me.
Well, it would be, but you should hopefully have some nice drape with that. So
Yeah.
where it was open, it should just hopefully kind of,
Yeah,
I want to say droop.
it looks droopy in the picture,
Yeah.
drapey.
Yeah, that's exactly what it should do.
But we'll see. I might, I don't know. But I wouldn't have to knit it as wide.
No, you
Because if
wouldn't.
it's knit side to side, I just knit it as wide as I want it.
You could. Yep. Yep. You could totally do that. Just, yep. Uh-huh.
So we'll see. I'm gonna skein this up this week,
Yeah, I guess
this
either way,
weekend.
that'd be fun. Yeah, because either way, you'll end up, you can make it. Yeah, your cast on is your length. That always like it makes my brain like hurt trying to like twist it around, right? And think you're casting on this way,
Yeah.
which is this way. So you cast on, so you'd have to make sure you got your cast on number. I guess it's
So
either
in the
or.
pattern, there's some notes on the back and it said like the pattern is cast on 46 stitches, but she makes a note saying that she cast on 66 stitches as she wanted it to be longer.
Okay. Did she have to use extra yarn though? Does she say that? Because that's,
Oh, and when she wet blocked, she blocked it really hard, like really stretched it out because the linen can take it apparently.
well, yeah, it doesn't have,
And then she scooped the neck. She stretched the neck out to make that
make it.
when she blocked it.
Okay.
So she really shaped it by the sounds of it.
Yeah, and like linen doesn't have any give to it. So when it gets stretched, that it'll stay stretched if you want it to be stretched. If you don't want it to, that's a different topic. Okay, well, I can't wait to see. Where's my socks?
So yeah, I'm gonna ball that up maybe maybe later today or tomorrow, and
Well, that's exciting.
maybe cast it on if I have the right needles. 5.5 millimeter.
Okay, so it'll be nice and because what is it? It's like is it a fingering?
It's a sport weight,
Oh, okay, sport weight. Okay.
so it says, but it looks pretty fine. I'm sure it blooms. And they suggest using bamboo needles to knit it on because it helps grip. I don't own any bamboo needles, so we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, hopefully you'll be all right.
I have steel somewhere.
Hopefully it won't
Straight needles. I'll do some straight needles.
straight needles. Sure. Why not? Well, that's good. Okay. Well, yay. I can't wait to see it. We'll both have, we'll be able to model our new tops at some point.
It'll be good to throw on over my bathing suit or something when
Yeah,
I'm,
when you go camping.
yeah, pair of
Okay, well,
shorts
good.
and throw it on, go out on the kayak.
We have you decked out for camping. No matter if it's like really warm, you can wear your new blue top. If it is freezing cold, you'll have your heavy sweater to wear.
Yes,
Or you could wear them at the same time because there's no fashion rules when you camp.
that's right. There is none. I wear some interesting things camping and have some interesting hairdos.
Well, that's all part of the camping experience, right?
Yeah, last year it was little pigtails all because my hair was short and there was no showering because of COVID. And yeah, gets to be fun.
Well, that's all the fun.
Doesn't matter. The fish don't care what you look like.
No. Exciting. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you wear your knitwear camping.
So are you working on anything else or just your top?
Well, just so far, just my top and my May socks. I do have my March socks. I need to figure out what I'm doing with those.
That's the pink ones, right?
Yeah, I really need I should maybe once I get the toe done on these. I just find I can't let these. I just want to keep picking them up and working on them. But I should pick up those March socks and get those done because they're gonna be little shorty socks too. So they're, this one sock is half done, so it won't take me long. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. And we were gonna talk about the sock. Let me see if I can find some of the heels. So vanilla is the new black.
Right. You remembered this time.
Because a whole bunch of people told me what it was. Orange is the new black. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah. So vanilla is the new black, is the heel. And so it was a heel flap and gusset though, wasn't it? I do believe.
I don't know.
Let me see if I can find this. Yeah, there was quite a few. Some people have some really interesting comments. Yes, vanilla is the new black. Oh, and people were buying, there was some comments about people had purchased for Be a Freaking Unicorn. So I think that fundraiser went really well
I think so too. It was quite well received.
Yeah. Yeah, which is fantastic.
I should have made bags with unicorns instead of flamingos last week.
Oh, do you have unicorn fabric? No.
I do not.
Okay, so now Sandy said, so her comment, she said she recommends looking at patterns by Jules Hill. It's Jooles Hill. SEW Sweet Violet. Said in many of her sock patterns, she uses the Got It heel. She's really enjoying it and she fits it really well. She has patterns for toe up as well as cuff down. See, this sounds interesting to me. I've heard a couple people talking about this technique. It's the gusset is a nice shape and there are no stitches to pick up. Yeah, so
That's a bonus.
Yes. And then she says, of course, the Eye of the Partridge heel is really nice, which is a heel flap, but it's a different, you do, instead of your typical slip stitch pattern, which looks like columns of ribbing, the Eye of the Partridge is offset. So you still get a slip stitch, but it's, I don't know, kind of looks like seed stitch-ish kind of thing. It's pretty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and she says she's been using the Fish Lips Kiss heel for her own vanilla sock recipe. That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
making up
And
at
that's
sea.
one I did buy that one years ago and have still not ever tried it.
Yeah, I bought it years ago too, and I think I did one sock, and I think somebody told me that I should revisit it.
Hmm.
And what else was there? There was, yes,
Oh,
another person
yummy.
telling me vanilla's the new black. And yes, so the vanilla, so it's a gusset and she does it both ways, toe up and cuff down. So I would be interested to see, because I've done I wrote a pattern for my students to do toe up socks with the heel flap and gusset. So I wonder how close it is to the vanilla is a new black.
Hmm.
And yet, have you been following Sock Madness?
I have not.
Okay, so Karen and Wendy, who are members of the Fibre Friends Facebook group, and they always hang out with us Friday night for the live knit night. Well, Wendy
Yep.
usually when she's not working. And anyways, holy smokes, those socks, this last pair, if you guys haven't, I would go into the Fibre Friends Facebook group, and then once you're in the group, do a search and for Wendy or for Karen, and look at their socks. They were it had a brioche pattern in it. It was so two color brioche socks, and it had this funky heel, and it looked like it had a leaf pattern, like a color
Oh,
work leaf pattern just above the heel. I don't know. It was, I'm thinking, and it was kind of the top had, did it have a leaf, like an actual, like a leaf, like an
I
actual ruffle kind of thing on it.
I think I seen those looking through my feed.
Whoa. I'm like,
Yeah, they were very cool.
those were a work of art. So Karen
Yeah.
said, left us a message on last week's podcast, and she said, you knit the heel flap in the round, increasing at the same time. Then you turn the heel, and once you're done with that, you're back to the original stitch count. So there again, I don't think there's any stitches to pick up, which sounds really ingenious. Oh, yep. So somebody's saying yes, the heel flap and gusset, fish lips kiss. Oh, and we've got somebody said that cat bordée heel I talked about, the sweet tomato heel. She
Hmm.
said she finds it really easy and really comfortable. So I think I just need to do it again, because I did it on a pair of socks I did for Anita, and yeah, I think I maybe made the whole sock too big. I maybe had 68 stitches when it should have been 64. So I should try it again. And then the Fleegle, Fleegle.
Hmm.
That is another toe up gusset heel flap. So there's lots up there. Lots,
Hmm.
lots. So if anybody has any other ideas, I'll go through and I'm going to make a master list with all these that you suggested last week. If anybody else knows any different ones that you've tried, leave us a comment down below and we'll try to get well, as many as we can kind of list, and then I can keep picking from them. So, oh, I have some new yarn before we, because I don't really have any, that's really it for my knitting, but I have some new yarn. Do you want to see?
Yeah,
New yarn? Of course. Who doesn't want to see new yarn?
of course.
Okay, I have a couple. So I will show you. You saw, so my Bernat Sox was from Amber as a birthday gift. She also gave me two of these balls, Karen.
Oh, is that ever pretty? I love
Isn't,
that with the purple and yellow
I know,
together.
isn't it? It looks very springy, doesn't it?
It
And it,
does.
some of the Marisol, there we are. That's the tag. So it's a 80 wool and 20 nylon.
Nice.
And I'm going to use this. Our guild project for this month is a pair of socks by Lucy Neepy, and you need two colors. So I'm going to use this and a navy. So this
Wow.
is
And
really,
is that, so that's a sock weight?
it is a sock weight, but it's a little heavier, kind of like a croy.
I thought it looked a little plumper.
Yeah.
That is so pretty.
It is nice. So I'm going to pair this with, can I reach around on my shelf?
Lilo and Roxy.
No, this is going to go with a pair of Croy. Ah, I did find it.
Oh,
Because
okay. Yeah, that'll look
I
nice.
have a ton of this navy. So one
Hmm.
of the other members of our guild, she actually had some of this in her stash. So she's pulled this out. I can't remember what color she was matching it with though. And I thought, hey, I have this exact same yarn now. So I'm going to use this for my guild project.
Perfect.
I know it's really feels soft, like it's really nice. It would make a nice cowl or make a nice
It
underwear.
looks really soft.
Yes. And the whole reason that I saw Amber, went and did a little outdoor pickup from her. Was are you? Oh, I haven't even opened this. Is the first time I've even touched this. Amber and I, because our birthdays are within a few weeks of each other, so we did an order from Area 51. So
It's upside down.
is it? Oh, I can't see it. It's backwards in the screen, so I can't tell. There. Okay. Yeah. So can't have it upside down. Area 51. Look at this. This is Featherington Girls
Nice.
from the Bridgerton series.
Right on. I love it.
Isn't it?
Yellow with that little bits of pink.
Yep.
That's
And
going to be some nice stripe.
I know it.
Yellow and orange and pink.
Yep. A little bit of green in there.
Oh, is it like a pale green?
Yep. Yep. It almost looks white on the screen, but
Mm-hmm.
it's
Very minty.
yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Oh, I know, and I want to look at it for a little while.
It looks like candy.
Yes, isn't it? It's just, I love this. And, I'm sure a lot of people have watched Bridgerton. Oh, and, when you see the Featherington girls and all their dresses, right? I love the colors. I love these colors.
They look like they came out of a garden of tulips.
Right. So I'm going to save this until season 2 of Bridgerton comes out. And then I'm going to wind it and I'm going to have like this whole knit night when I sit down to watch the first episode of season 2 of Bridgerton. Then I will have, I guess I should figure out what socks I'm going to knit with that. Maybe I'll pick a pattern, a stitch pattern, make it kind of fun. I don't know. But anyways, I have a special, like I have a date with that yarn when season 2 comes out.
Can you hear my dog? Can you hear my dog crying?
Oh, is that what he's just, oh, does he want to?
Oh, he wants outside so badly. Oh, it's mystery.
Well, this is from Socks and Shawls, who is our friend Kristen. And I'm not exactly sure what is in here.
I did not even know that she dyed yarn.
You know what? I did not know for the longest time either that who I'd seen Socks and Shawls come up on my Instagram and I started following the account and I didn't know who it was either.
I need to find her right now.
Yes, because her yarn is beautiful. She's got some pretty colors. And this was one when I went on to see the Be a Freaking Unicorn, when I was following their posts on Instagram, Socks and Shawls came up and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. So that was the very first game that I went on last Saturday and bought. And yeah, she had some other nice ones too. So she told me that she stuck another, oh my goodness. Ooh. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Okay, don't keep me in suspense forever.
Okay, so here is, and it's got the mini skein. So
Oh, wow.
she has a deal on right now in her shop I'm not sure what the date is, but if you buy if you buy a skein of sock yarn, you also get a free mini to go along with it. So, oh, mini skein sock weight. So it's an 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. And there is the website there. I'll put it on the screen. I'll put it in the drop down box. But
It's beautiful.
yep. So www.socksandshawls.com.
So I was just looking on her Instagram and it says, so their Mother's Day special and you get a free mini
Free mini. Look at that.
until May 10th.
Okay. So there
Well,
you
I
go.
just might have to go do more shopping.
I know. And look at this. Look at the green on here. Oh, I know. I saw that. I know she's got some nice colors. So I
Oh,
picked.
look, I think this is your yarn.
It is. It is. Isn't it beautiful?
It's very beautiful.
Oh, I did one other purchase for the fundraiser last weekend, and it was from a dyer in Ottawa called the Pine Cone Project. And hers, oh, it was beautiful too. So I'm waiting for it. I think she was just doing pre-orders, so she was going to have to dye them and then send them out. But look, there's a little bit of yellow in there. Oh,
Beautiful.
love it. It's gorgeous. So now she sent me an extra. She wanted me, okay, this is one that oh, this is a sport sock weight yarn. Okay, interesting. She said this is one that she's trying out. And so she sent me a skein to try it to see what I thought. So this is a really pretty, it looks maybe blue. It's like a sage green.
Oh, and it looks gray on my screen.
Yeah.
With little kind of bits of like a taupe.
I don't know if I can. There, does that look a little darker? Yeah, it's like a sagey green. It's really
looks like
pretty
greens
color.
and grays.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
it's pretty. It's very tonal.
So I think this is your other skein being knit up.
It is. Isn't that pretty?
It's beautiful. Now I have to go buy more yarn. Dang it.
I know. I really, I know. I keep thinking about Debbie's yarn. It's, it's not really in my colorway at all, but I like the brightness of it. Oh,
Yes, it's going to be fun.
pretty. This is really tonal. This will be pretty knit up. I'm gonna have to think about what to do with this one.
That would make a really nice shawl.
It would. I like this. I like that. I want to open this one too. Can I just slide it?
You know, when I got Debbie's, the first thing I did was took the band off and I unwound it, pulled it out, looked at it all.
Ooh, look at this. This is like a periwinkle blue. I like that. I know my friend Linda, she ordered from Timber Yarns for the Be a Freaking Unicorn fundraiser. And she got Heather, excuse me, she got Heather's sock set. And it's what does she call it? Sock blossoms. So it's just a set of minis. And then I think that you do them, kind of do like a faded sock pattern with it. And it looks really pretty knit up. But Linda's going to use all her minis in her mitered square blanket. So I thought that was a fun way to use all the minis. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Be a freaking sea unicorn.
Holy smokes. Oh, look, and it's got like some corally orange in it.
It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh. And there's some teal.
Yeah. And that green.
The green.
Wow.
And the yellow. Oh, and look, and this. Look at the bright pop.
That's gorgeous.
This is
beautiful.
Fantastic. Is this not the best? I like it. Oh, when am I going to cast this on? Look, there's even a little bit of purple in here.
Now I got to decide what I want to go buy, what
Oh.
color.
I know, it's always so hard, isn't it? I'm glad I got this. I
I
am
wonder if
so
she does
happy.
curbside pickup.
Probably does. I'm sure. I'm excited. I was happy to get this. And she sold out. I think she was dying more as well and will take orders or for more until the May 24th.
Yeah, I think that's what one of her posts had said.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to just look at this for a little while. All this new yarn. So pretty. This is how my stash gets so big. All this pretty yarn. Just can't help but keep buying more.
Yeah, just keep knitting, just keep knitting.
Knitting, that's right. Keep knitting, keep knitting, keep knitting. Keep knitting, keep buying, keep knitting. That should be knit, buy, repeat. Oh, so anyways, and she put in a couple of little silk samples too. So what like she said, so the socks and shawls on her back of her tag, it says small batch hand-dyed yarns inspired by sights, sayings, and customs uniquely Canadian. Very fun. Well, I think she's off to a good start. So have you been making any bags?
Nothing new. My heat press decided to bite the bullet on Wednesday when I was finishing up my last couple of orders for this week. And I have another one ordered, but it's taking its sweet time to leave. So I'm gonna have to do some by hand stuff, but I did get some new fabric yesterday that I'm really excited about.
Did you?
That I can show you.
Yes. I like this. I think this would make a really nice shawl. I like
Yes.
it. Oh, what is it? Oh, what does it say? Oh, hooked on knitting.
Yeah, so it
Hooked on knitting.
says love
Oh,
knitting, hooked on knitting, I'd rather be knitting. So this one's going to be the black's not showing up on screen very well. It's kind of, it's not blurry like that. This is going to be some knit night bags with a black canvas bottom.
Oh, that looks nice with black. Sheep, heart sheeps, black sheeps. I like black sheep.
They're so cute. So that is going to be some sock bags.
Oh my God, sheep knitting.
And some more sock bags.
That is super cute.
So yeah, I'm excited to get going on those because they're really, really cute. So hopefully, maybe by next week, I'll have something to show with those.
Knit night bags and sock bags.
Mm-hmm.
Those will be nice. That was really cute fabric.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, well, I hope your heat press shows up.
I hope so.
Quicker than
it was 6 years old, so I wasn't surprised when it just kind of stopped heating up. It was working fine. I did what I had to do, and I went to do a little bit more, and it wasn't sticking the interfacing. I'm like, what is wrong?
Oh,
just the element must have gone. So I finished one other thing this week.
cross stitch. Oh, your cow. Ah, look at her and her flowers.
She's so cute.
Oh, I love that. And I like it done on the blue.
So
That is really cute.
I don't know what I'm going to finish her as. I don't know if I'll put it on something, maybe a little bag. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, that is so cute. How
She's
how
so
do you
cute.
not smile when you see that?
It was a fun little stitch.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
How did you
So
make progress on your big? Your
I just started just the other evening. I just spent a couple of hours
just for
starting it after I finished my hat. And that's all I've done.
you have had a very productive week.
I have. It
Stitching.
feels like it's been really productive.
That's good. Oh, I was gonna ask you, so your hat, did you alternate colors?
I did actually. And I can show
Yeah.
you something interesting about that because I've never alternated before, like in the round. So when I first started doing it, heard my dog do something weird out there. When I first started, so you can see my little line there.
Yeah.
I'd gotten up this far when I started to alternate. So I knit 2 stitches past and then pick it up and go again.
Yeah.
Just so that it didn't have a line up.
Line. Yep.
But then I remembered you talking about the helical knitting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I wonder if I could do that. Now, it doesn't work really well when you have a vertical pattern because
Mm-hmm.
you stop 3 stitches before and you drop your yarn and slip the 3 and then pick up the other one, something like that,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
looked it up. But so you'd work your way back all the time. So I just did it till I got back to like right here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
and then I ran out of yarn. I had a little wee bit left. So it worked out perfectly. I just stopped there and then kept going with the rest of the other ball.
perfect. Yeah.
And you can't even see any.
No, because your other one kind of had like a faded look where it was darker on the bottom. And yeah, this one, oh, that worked out
Yeah,
really well.
it did. And plus I had wound the balls when I ripped it out and wound it up. I ended up knitting from the opposite end. So I wonder if they matched up a little better that way
They do.
too.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it
so
worked out
pretty.
good. And the helical knitting is really cool. So I would definitely do that again if I was knitting um like a body in the round,
Yeah.
where you're alternating skeins of hand dyed yarn. But yeah.
Nice. Well, very good.
Yeah.
Very good. You got,
I tried something new.
I know. Isn't that exciting?
So
Fantastic. Yeah. And that it was a success. That's even better, right? Then it
yes.
then it makes all that time that you spend, you know, learning about it and trying it all worthwhile when it's something that works out well and you'll do again.
Mhm. I was just happy it fit
Fantastic.
the second time around.
Yeah, I know, because you were worried it was going to be too small, weren't you?
It
And
was so big.
well, I'm glad it was a success. Well, is that a go in or go out bark?
Oh, that's I think the neighbors have their cat out on their deck on the other side of the wall, so he's yipping at it.
He's just
Yeah,
maybe they'll be friends.
I doubt it. You should see the cat's face. He just looks at him with these big eyes.
Yeah, you don't want to be don't want to make a cat angry.
No, well, he's on a leash usually, so.
Yeah. Good. All right. Well, oh my gosh. Okay. One more shot of my
Oh, it's coming along. That's so pretty.
it is very pretty, isn't it? I know. See, I can just see myself sitting outside with my Birkenstocks on. Maybe even though I'm making these a full pair, I'll still wear them in the fall with my sandals.
Yeah. Just nice and bright and sunny.
I know. It does make you smile every time you look at them. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Well, is that it for us this week?
I think that's it. I
I
don't
think
have
that's it.
anything else.
Nope, I think that is it for me too. It always surprises me when we sit down and do this every week and see what we've done for the week. It's like we get a lot done in the week.
Yeah, surprisingly, because I thought, doing this every week that it would be a stretch to, try and have things, but
Yeah.
it's working out pretty
It's
good.
not- yeah, I kind of like it so we can see our progress every week.
Yeah.
And it's
And
not
it's
like
nice to have a little chat every week.
nice. I know. I like it. I look forward to our Friday morning chats and just get caught up with what we've done. I actually think I like that better than leaving it for 2 or 3 or even once a month, because then I would forget what we had talked about or where we were in the previous podcast. This way they just kind of go just like it's like real life knitting. You see
Real life.
work well, see what we pull out. We do a lot one week, not so much the other week. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think that is it for us.
I think so.
So, thanks everybody for watching. I hope everybody
Yes, thank you.
got lots knit. You leave us some comments down below what you've been working on, what you finished. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you all next Friday. Well, next Saturday. We record Fridays and then we get to visit with you guys on Saturdays. So we'll see you
Right.
Saturday. Happy knitting,
All right.
everybody.
Happy knitting.
Bye.
Bye.